All right, everybody, we have some breaking news just posted onto the LBRY Twitter account. Help us save crypto. The future of crypto in the U.S. is at risk. The SEC are suing us and saying LBC, that's library credit, is a security. It's not. And they have a link to helplibrarysavecrypto.com, hashtag helplibrarysavecrypto. LBRY continues to say, they go on, essentially, they brought the case against us because we're the biggest. If we lose, the entire industry in the U.S. is at risk. All crypto is at risk. And we got somebody here responding, it's a trap, don't sell. Well, the LBC price is something of interest, and actually, let's just out of curiosity's sake pull up the LBC charts here. This coin market cap currently at 27 cents. Let's go to a one-day chart, and well, you can see something's happening. Do we have a 20? Do we have a like a few hours here? I don't see a few hours. Maybe I can zoom in. No, not that kind of zoom in. There you have it. It's not, it's not a big deal, but it is interesting to see things fluctuate in real time. Let me go back to the one day. So yeah, it was coasting at around 28-ish cents, and it looks like in the last hour or so it's gone down to 22 cents and then shot right back up. So very interesting. Actually, there you go. The price just updated, 22 cents, down 11.25%. Anyways, I'm just pointing out the observable, the current price. So here we have, this guy works at LBRY. I believe he works there in official capacity. He says, we've been up against many battles over the years. For it to come to this is disheartening, to say the least. This is an attack not only against us, but many other legitimate blockchain protocols and projects building within the United States. We thank you all for the support. Now we go over here to the website that they've been linking up here. It says LBRY, the SEC, and the future of crypto. This is helplibrarysavecrypto.com. What's the big deal? The entire blockchain industry is at risk in the United States. Big tech and Wall Street would have more power, and many people could lose their jobs. The SEC is advancing an aggressive and disastrous new standard that would make almost all blockchain tokens securities. Classifying all actively developed blockchain tokens as securities will be a bureaucratic nightmare for United States residents and businesses operating in the U.S. Under this new standard, almost any token is a security, including the previously safe Ethereum. The nature of technology is that it is never, quote, finished. This change will make it much harder for startups to form new blockchain companies, cause massive job loss, and stunt the development of a critical new technology, all the while big tech and Wall Street prosper. So they have a fact page. Let's go ahead and read this here. Case guide and FAQ. Summary. The Securities and Exchange Commission has filed a complaint against LBRY Inc., alleging that all distributions of LBRY credits by LBRY Inc. are unregistered securities offerings. This claim is a tremendous threat to the entire cryptocurrency industry. The LBRY network is decentralized and not at risk. For users of the LBRY protocol and apps, your channels, content, and token holdings are not at risk. Even in an unlikely scenario in which LBRY Inc. loses, the LBRY protocol will live on and work on it will continue. LBRY Inc. has been preparing to fight this case for 3 full years, which is how long the SEC has been investigating this matter. We wanted to tell you sooner, but transparency and ongoing investigations is not welcomed by the SEC. Frequently asked questions. Are my LBRY credits safe? Yes, all of your credits remain yours and remain usable even after the SEC's complaint is filed and regardless of the outcome. If you want to ensure you have complete control over your credits, channels, and content, download LBRY desktop app. Is the LBRY network in danger? The LBRY network is robust and decentralized and far harder to disrupt than LBRY Inc. Hundreds of people across 6 continents contributed to LBRY last year. Come on, Antarctica. Well, we won't get into that. Even in the scenario that LBRY Inc. is literally destroyed by the SEC as a result of this lawsuit, the LBRY project will continue. What are the specific charges? Simply put, the SEC believes that the LBRY credits are securities and should have been registered with the SEC prior to selling. This case is about overregulation. The SEC is not alleging fraud and is not charging any individuals. However, the SEC believes that, at a minimum, the following transactions were unregistered securities offerings. The first one listed is $10,000 worth of credits sales to Shapeshift in July of 2016 to facilitate distribution to their users. The second point, several $100,000 worth of credit sales to Flipside Crypto in 2017 and 2018, despite Flipside explicitly saying they are for use on the network. And the third point, several $1 million worth of credit sales on exchanges over a period of several years, only after the LBRY protocol was completely functional and had been in use for over a year, and always a small portion of private sales. At times, the SEC has made representation that even tipping 25 cents worth of credits for a clever GIF is an unregistered security transaction that must be registered and tracked. However, it's unclear at this time if the SEC will continue to make this allegation in court. A full table of sales is available in Appendix A. All of our credit use has been diligently tracked at LBRY.com/credit reports. And I believe that, yeah, this has been around for quite some time on their page. I saw that like a year ago, I believe. What defenses will LBRY Inc. assert to defeat the lawsuit? We do not believe that the LBRY token is a security subject to SEC regulation. The LBRY credit is a commodity that facilitates the LBRY protocol, which thereby allows individuals to publish content, purchase content, tip creators, and boost content on the decentralized LBRY protocol. The SEC claims that the LBRY credits lack sufficient utility and are not purchased for reasons of usage, which is ridiculous, which contradicts the facts and history of experience on the LBRY platform. Yeah, I mean, that should be obvious. I use it all the time. I tip people. I put supports into videos. It has actual real utility. The SEC's position is that if something has value and someone buys it and the market sets the price, then it's an investment contract and hence a security. Has anyone alleged harm or damages? Despite LBRY being used by millions of people, to our knowledge, not a single person has alleged harm or damage as a result of purchasing LBRY credits. Who is LBRY Inc. represented by? LBRY has hired one of the best law firms in the blockchain space, Perkins Coie. Keith Miller and Adam Schuman will represent us at trial. Keith is a former SEC enforcement lawyer, and Adam is a former federal prosecutor. Keith and Adam have been named by Business Insider as 2 of the top 20 cryptocurrency lawyers in the country. What's the timeline? LBRY Inc. has been under investigation for 3 years, since May of 2018. It's really good. I mean, you kind of think of it that way. It's like, you know, you might think, oh, they're investigating, you know, they're launching this lawsuit now because, you know, LBRY's gotten so big, and, you know, maybe it's becoming an actual competitor to some of the other in the video sharing, video content space. But if they've been investigating them for this year or this long, it kind of makes me wonder, you know, what the real motive is. The SEC repeatedly requested documents from LBRY Inc., at times doing so in overbearing and costly ways that seemed punitive. Interesting. Wow. If it's true that LBRY Inc. violated the law in the ways the SEC alleges, all of the relevant facts were clearly known to the SEC by the fall of 2018. We're glad to finally be getting through this painful process and to be allowed to express our positions to the public and in court. The trial will likely not be resolved in 2021. Interesting. So it could be a long year for LBC, which currently, and I hate to obsess over the price, but the price could maybe signal something. The price of LBC right now is at 22, almost 23 cents. So again, we come back here and we continue reading. What's the cost been to LBRY Inc.? LBRY Inc. has spent more than $1 million on legal fees and several thousand hours of team member time, a similar or greater value, on this case. Wow. This has been a substantial burden to bear as a small startup and is extremely chilling to an innovative industry. If it takes several $1 million in legal fees just to begin, blockchain becomes much less accessible. Why is this case unusual compared to other cases the SEC has brought? There are several facts about this case that are unusual to past cases. Number one, the SEC is not alleging fraud. Number 2, LBRY Inc. conducted no initial coin offering, ICO. Number 3, LBRY Inc. did not breach any fiduciary duties. Number 4, LBRY Inc. at no time indicated that LBRY credits were an investment and consistently discouraged purchasing credits for this purpose. And number 5, LBRY Inc. did not sell any tokens until after they could be used on a functional network, a previously stated key element by the SEC in how they access token transactions. Let me read that one more time. LBRY Inc. did not sell any tokens until after they could be used on a functional network, a previously stated key element by the SEC in how they access token transactions, how they assess token transactions. Did LBRY Inc. make an attempt to settle? Yes. The SEC declined to offer any terms that would have made it viable for U.S. citizens to exchange tokens or to allow LBRY Inc. to continue to operate. We were willing to give them a pound of flesh, but they were only interested in our head. Did LBRY Inc. ask how to operate legally? We repeatedly asked the SEC for guidance on how it would be possible to run the company legally. The SEC said that they could not tell us how to operate legally, but could only tell us that we were breaking the law. Well, there you go. What are the implications for the blockchain and tech industry? The implications of this case are extremely dire for the blockchain and technology industry in the United States. The SEC is alleging that any entity that transfers a blockchain token while simultaneously working or funding work on it is performing a security offering. Under that standard, every blockchain technology that is actively developed faces existential threat, so long as that development is either funded by a token holder, even if indirectly, or if the developers themselves hold the token. This case is also chilling for the startup scene in the United States more generally. We've acted in extremely good faith, attempted to follow all the rules, and complied with the SEC at every turn. We would be hesitant to start another company in the United States in any cutting-edge field, as cutting-edge fields frequently have unclear regulations. Why are they charging LBRY Inc. when there are many other companies with worse facts or that are outright frauds and scams? We would love to know the actual answer to this question. Our best guess is that by acting in such a radically transparent manner, we made ourselves an easy target. We fear that the SEC is more intent on rigid and overly strict enforcement of their interpretation of the rules than seeking to find constructive solutions that promote innovation in business within a reasonable regulatory framework. Consider an apathetic enforcer whose job review is simply, quote, how many enforcements did you produce? Are they more incentivized to go after what is at hand or what is actually wrong? Will LBRY credit distribution, rewards program, or anything else change as a result of this case? At this time, we do not expect any of these programs to change. Some exchanges may choose to no longer allow U.S. customers to exchange LBRY credits. We do not expect any other changes until this case is resolved. Please see our FAQ for a full list of available exchanges. And of course, we have places like Bittrex, Hotbit, CoinEx, BTC, Upbit, CoinSpot, and Big One. So that is something I believe if I recall, when XRP had this sort of similar SEC securities thing, I believe that some big exchanges delisted them, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely something to think about, definitely something to think about. So we continue here on this FAQ page. Where can I view the full complaint? The full complaint can be viewed at odysee.com/SEC versus LBRY complaint. Very interesting. So we'll definitely take a look at this. Well, there you have it. How many pages is this? Oh boy, 16 pages. Not bad. There you have it. Let's keep reading here. How can I schedule an interview or request a quote? They have an email. How can I support LBRY Inc. in this case? You can share the story on social media in your own words using the tag #HelpLBRYSaveCrypto, or you can just share a link to helplibrySaveCrypto.com. You can sign the petition. If you're involved in one of the hundreds of other blockchain companies being investigated by the SEC, tell your story. The SEC doesn't want you to talk because your silence helps them. By talking, we can coordinate our response. Until one of us wins, we'll continue to be digested bit by bit. So all very, 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 very interesting developments. And it would be interesting to see if, given this news, some exchanges feel the need to no longer list LBC, at least temporarily. Then you're going to have to sell your LBCs to some random guy on the side of the road in exchange for some chickens. Nah, I'm just kidding. Personally, I did cash out 10K LBC. I did a little 10K cash out just now. This is just my personal thing. Um, just in case the price of LBC went down to 1 penny. I'm not selling all of it, that's for sure, because I, uh, I don't expect this to be a serious threat at the moment. But you never know in this world, right? This is interesting, and again, Odysee is amazing. I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to help. I don't think I need to say it. It's pretty fantastic of a site. It really does the job. It it's it's a video platform with a blockchain built into it, and it has it's there. I don't know what else to say. It's a successful venture. So, anyways, I wanted to get this video out real quick, guys. I guess you could say this is breaking news. Definitely, we'll keep an eye out and we'll see what the heck happens. But in the meantime, thank you guys very much for watching, and stay tuned. More to come.